welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah. All right, so today I'll be talking about how I planned my wedding, and I believe you can actually a low budget wedding actually. So you would learn one or two from this. I have about 12 points that I want to dish out. Get ready, take your pen, your book, and start right then. So the first thing I always say is that have an idea of the kind of wedding you want to have. Have an idea. Like, you just need to have an idea of the kind of wedding you want to have. You don't want to just let the wedding happen like that. Have an idea of the kind of wedding you want to have, and after having that idea, I think you should go ahead to have a budget. So because you have an idea of the wedding you want to have, you can also plan, okay, that this is what I want to spend for this wedding. Maybe it's a 3 million, a 5 million, a 20 million. Just go ahead to then draft out the budget. After drafting out the budget, you need a tracker. A tracker will help you organize the list of activities you need to do from the point where you want to start planning the wedding till when the wedding is going to happen. Like in my own case, I had a tracker of the list of activities I had to do and the months, like for each of the months. Okay, for this particular month, this is what I want to do, this is who I need to get this done, this is what I'll be spending to get this, my budgeted expense, and then when I engage a vendor, the vendor I'm using, and then how much I ended up spending, like I ended up using for that particular activity. Take for example, probably my dress, my engagement wear, for instance. Okay, by so time I want to get my engagement wear. I must have purchased my engagement wear. After buying it, probably by this time it must have been sewn. Okay, this is what I'm going to spend as the my budget for that particular engagement where is this amount, and then what I ended up spending. So I had that kind of tracker that helped me to first of all, follow up on my vendors, know the vendor that is actually carrying out a particular assignment. So I could even just share the Excel with you and say, okay, please let me contact this person because this is the person that is actually doing this. You understand? It helped me track activities. It helped me know, okay, at this time this is what I should have done. This if this thing has not moved from this point, then there's already an issue. It also helped me to kind of monitor everything. Like I had an overview of everything I wanted to do. So if someone was even going to step in to say, okay, what have you not done, I could easily look at that Excel and say, I've not gotten someone to supply us drinks. Okay, so say, okay, don't worry, I can even handle the drinks for you. I can provide drinks for your wedding. Don't worry, forget that, you have it sorted. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? So I also had to communicate with my stakeholders, that's people who are actually involved in the decision making alongside myself and my husband. We need to discuss with them that, okay, this is what we have in plan, this is what we are doing, so that there are no surprises. Nobody's like, oh, they're just doing their thing, they're not carrying us along. You understand? So we communicated with the various stakeholders. That's another point you want to, actually it depends on your kind of family. Some people don't really do things like that, they just go ahead and do their thing, but we were like an intimate family, sure you get. So we had to communicate with stakeholders, and I don't know if I mentioned it, you have to get vendors obviously for all of the things that you're going to be needing on that day. And if you are getting vendor, please have a plan B. Have a plan B, especially for certain essential things, because I remember when I was doing my wedding, my sister had a plan B for a couple of things, which actually paid off, because I'm just imagining that if we didn't have a plan B, I don't know how things would have gone, how it would have been on that day. I think for one or two things that we didn't even expect that the person we had engaged would not maybe be able to deliver as expected, we had a plan B and it really helped. So for major things, like, have a plan B. I think it's going to really save your life. Then when you are getting your vendors, please be sure of the kind of vendors you're getting. Get reviews, check, discuss with them. Please explain your expectation to your vendors, so that there's no issue of what I thought versus what you are gonna do. If you have to explain, if there have to be a written arrangement or document or whatever, please ensure it is well explicitly stated. I remember when I was discussing with my video, I had to say, please, Joe, are you sure that this is all I'm going to be getting for this particular amount? I don't want surprises. So get a vendor that can work with your budget. Have a plan B for certain things. Then for some of us, we just get busy with the planning that we forget that after wedding you are going to eat. So please stock your house with food. Don't get so carried away spending so much on the big day and then forget that you're going to go somewhere like you have a house you're going to after your wedding or after your honeymoon. So you really want to plan that. Stock your house with food. I remember that we had bought certain food items like some weeks before our wedding, and we are still eating some of them. Like we had like, it was more like a reserved thing for us because we could fall back to those things after our wedding. So you want to buy food in bulk, or maybe just buy something, have something at home, because the first few days after your wedding, if you're not traveling immediately, you still have to eat. Even if you're going to travel, you will still have to eat. So please remember to stock your house with food. It's very important. Also, for civil wedding, yes, you also want to, prepare yourself ahead of that. I think you need to start the process on time. Some people are lucky, their church, you don't need to go through all the stress. The church is going to have it covered for you. So consider preparing for your civil wedding. Get the necessary documents that you need to process the civil wedding, and get that sorted, so that you know that angle of your wedding is already dealt with. Maybe your dress, and get all the relevant information, the time you're supposed to get there. Yep. So that's also one aspect that you have to consider, especially if your church doesn't cover that part of the whole planning of the wedding and all of that. So also, I would also say that you should learn to delegate. I delegated during my wedding. Shout out to all my support system. They are very plenty. Very, very plenty support system. I delegated as much as possible. But let me also say that when you delegate, try to supervise. Make sure you're checking whatever you've told them to do. Don't just leave things for people to handle, because obviously you have a taste, you have something you will really want to see on that day. So you don't just leave things for people and then you get surprises. You get it. Alright, so delegate as much as possible. And one thing when it comes to wedding plans, that people will be giving you advice. In general life, people give advice. People tell you, why don't you do it this way, why don't you do it that way? Yes, listen to people's advice and check if it's something that really works for you or works well with you, because some advice will really save you a lot, while some advice can even put you inside more trouble. So I think you should take those advice and then look at if it works well with you or with your plan, with your budget. And or you might be thinking, let's just do it this way, and somebody, no, let's do it. Is person ready to pay for that? So please just take advice and just be open-minded, because sometimes you might not be seeing what they are saying. So don't just say no. Just listen and see if it can work with you. Yeah. Another thing I'll say is pray. When you're planning your big day, prayer is very critical. Prayer is key because there'll be a lot of things coming up, a lot of arguments, unnecessary things, and you'll be like, what's going on? Everybody's just trying to make that day nice, so they are bringing their A game. Everybody's trying to, but please pray for peace in all of the planning. Pray that the Holy Spirit will make the day a sweet day. And also, there are a lot of things to pray about. Those that will be traveling, journey mercy for everybody. Pray for the life you're starting, the beginning. This is the beginning of a new journey as couples. So you want to pray. There are a lot of things you can pray about. Pray that there will be no issue whatsoever. Those are the kitchen, everything will go swiftly. There are so many things to pray about. You can pray with your spouse, pray alone, just pray. Generally, prayer is very critical, and carry God along. Be very sensitive in the spirit too, so that you don't just end up doing things and then coming back to say, I didn't know. So pray and carry God along. Let God be the master planner of this wedding. Also plan for like fun time after the wedding. So when I say fun time after the wedding, I know a lot of people, they're just busy about the wedding that they don't even remember to plan for days after the wedding. So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to travel? Do you guys want to stay at home? It's your wedding, so yes, you plan your big day, but also remember to plan for after the wedding, so that you don't just finish the wedding and everything is just dry like that. Try to spice things up, you understand. Also, prepare, get a lot of knowledge about like starting a new life as couples, even the whole acting, especially if you're someone that maybe for some reasons you are like a novice in this field. I mean, because after wedding, of course, something is gonna happen, so you need to get the knowledge that you need to be able to play your own part of that game. Do you understand? It's not like everything just happens and the wedding just ends and then you're not like yeah. Do you get? So get the required knowledge, especially for the activity that comes after the whole event. You understand? Let me just not say more than that. Then I think this one happened to me. I've like a changeable something you can change to. So I think for me, I had my dress like something I could change to, still within where we lodged, but another hotel that was a bit far. And after the whole event, I wanted to change my clothes, and I realized that my clothes was in a bag that was in another hotel, and at that point I couldn't even access it. I had to wear my bridal shower robe. I had to wear it before I was now able to find a way. So you don't even want that drama. Please check that your things are in order, please, especially even before the event, like even before that day. If you are wearing a wedding gown that has like different four parts, like you know this kind of gown that they'll have rope, have this, have that, please check to be sure that everything is together. It's not like when you want to wear your clothes, then you now start looking for one pin or one rope, or you're looking for your ring. I remember I had to keep asking, please, where's my wedding ring? Please, where's my wedding? I kept asking, especially before we went to the church. Then this changeable, something can change to, please ensure you have it in your bag or whatever it is that you have, like have it packed already, so that you're not there and you've put your gown. You can't wear the gown to sleep. You have to start looking for something to now wear or something. Make sure that you have, not just having it, because I had it, but it was in another hotel where my parents lodged. It was not in my room, so it was not funny at all. Please make sure that you have it handy. And also when you delegate, please ensure you check, because I remember something happened. One of my clothes was given to someone, and my mind, I was already using my eyes to check that where is this particular clothes, they were like, it's there, I should not worry. That was that was the night before the wedding. I said no, let me see, and we started looking for it. Funny enough, somehow the clothes was put somewhere else. Thank God that I was observant enough to be able to see that I can't find this thing here, and it has to be here because the event is tomorrow. I don't want surprises, so thankfully I found it. But imagine I was looking for it the morning of the event. What if the car we found that particular cloth has been taken somewhere else and I couldn't get it to wear that morning? Those kind of things. Because as much as you try to organize, because I knew I wrote a lot of things down. Have I picked this? Have I picked that? But as they were saying, it's there, don't worry. I could have just been relaxed that, it's actually there. Check it, see it with your eyes that it's there. Your marriage and all the necessary things that I know that they'll be needing in church. Don't just leave it for somebody. If you give it for somebody, just say, please, have you picked it? Let me see. Let me be sure that everything is safe and secured. So just avoid surprises generally, and no matter what the situation is, just try to be happy. Be happy, because it's your big day. Some things might not go as planned, just some, right? But just think about the big picture and just enjoy the day. Don't allow anything just affect your mood, because if you see the pictures, you will not like it. If you are not happy, if you are not excited, just put those things behind you and have fun. So I hope you've been able to learn a lesson or two. Let me know in the comment section. Please like my video, share, subscribe. Thank you, and see you next time.